Hello. Celebrimbor cannot see the true Eregion in the Rings of Power Season 2 Episode 6, raising the mystery of how Sauron accomplished this. For the most part, Season 2 of the Prime Video show has focused on Sauron's goal in the Rings of Power. After being briefly exiled by Galadriel at the end of the Rings of Power Season 1, Sauron returned to Eregion and Celebrimbor to complete the creation of the titular jewelry, sending the latter character down a dark road of deception and manipulation. So far, this approach has been mainly effective, with 10 of the 20 Rings of Power produced. In Episode 6 of the Rings of Power Season 2, Sauron loses patience with Celebrimbor, who has failed to master the making of the 9 Rings of Men. As the Siege of Eregion, an important event in the Rings of Power's Second Age timeline, begins, Celebrimbor is unable to see what is going on around him. Naturally, concerns will be raised about why this is the case and what abilities Sauron possesses to accomplish this. In the Rings of Power, Sauron slowly chipped away at Celebrimbor's mind. Celebrimbor is far more susceptible to Sauron's illusions. Celebrimbor's belief in the illusions stems from past episodes of the Rings of Power season. Sauron has been progressively infiltrating Celebrimbor's mind since the premiere. As Adar stated, his eye bores a hole, and the rest of him slithers in. Using his mastery of deception, manipulation, and trickery, Sauron has gradually convinced Celebrimbor that he is losing his mind, successfully communicating this reality to the other smiths of Eregion as well. As a result, the Rings of Power Season episode depicts Celebrimbor at his lowest moment. Celebrimbor has no idea what is real and what is not as a result of Sauron's manipulation, allowing the latter to effortlessly perform his illusion spell on the former. This explains why Celebrimbor is unaware of what is truly going on in Eregion, as he can no longer tell the difference between logic and reality, or fiction and deception. Does Sauron really have the ability to create visions? Sauron's magic could cause illusions and visions. The interaction between Sauron and Celebrimbor in the Rings of Power Season 2 raises the question of whether the former can even conjure visions. It is never expressly stated in Tolkien's works that Sauron could produce visions like the one seen in the Rings of Power Season 2 Episode 6, although it certainly makes sense based on context. Sauron's primary weapons in Tolkien's legendarium include deception and trickery, as well as his power to shape-shift at will, such as disguising himself as Anatar from the Rings of Power. The Sauron visions in the Rings of Power are consistent with the villain's portrayal in Peter Jackson's 2 Middle-earth trilogies, in which visions of the Ring and Mordor were frequently shown to those under his sway. Given Sauron's power to change his own appearance, it is not unreasonable to believe that he can manipulate his surroundings through sorcery. This likely explains how he can present Celebrimbor with a picture of a tranquil Eregion. Sauron has already wormed his way into Celebrimbor's head, requiring only a small amount of magic to create the illusion surrounding him. While not fully described in Tolkien's novels, Sauron's vision is another example of the Rings of Power skillfully modifying the source material to produce a gripping story. Thank you for watching.